Hey, what's going on, YouTube? I got a lot done. I'm a bad YouTuber. But yeah, I got the engine and the trans all painted. I did a Craigslist rebuild on them because I don't need to rebuild the engine. It ran perfectly fine before I pulled it out of the truck. Well, before I parted the truck out. The only issue was it was the Hemi tick, which was the back two on both sides. The manifold bolt snapped and made that horrific sound. But anyways, yeah, so this thing runs perfectly fine. There's no reason to crack it open and rebuild it. The only thing I need to do yet is paint the oil pan. Not sure if I'm going to do that in black or if I'm going to do it in orange. So you can see some overspray on that. But yeah, I got the trans painted, and I painted it black because it was stained in obviously the oils and the greases and all the stuff that's on there from almost 200,000 miles of driving. So I mean, I'm not worried about it being gray and looking OEM and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so I got the wiring harness. I'm getting the wiring harness on there. I'm gonna go through the wiring harness once I get it all running and driving. I'll reroute some things, eliminate some things. This evap or charcoal canister stuff, I can delete that right away. I'm not worried about any of that kind of stuff because this is a non-emissions year vehicle. So I'm not worried about that. But all right, so when I do get around to running and driving, I'll start deleting stuff. Like I'll delete that because that's like the EGR valve. So I'll delete that. I'll rerun this stuff, make it all nice and pretty and neat. And I'm not sure where the ECU and all that stuff's gonna go, but just getting it in there, running and driving, that's gonna be the major thing. Is get this thing on the road. I mean, the big thing is getting it running. Then after that, get it running and driving on the road. And then after that's running and driving on the road, then I'll worry about like the little details and tucking wires and making it nice and pretty, and eventually getting rid of that intake. So I'll run either the truck 6.4 intake, which is I think the best one, I think, and then or the 6.1 intake, which supposedly, which there's not supposedly, there's a lot of data about there for it, but you lose a little bit of power with that one. But this isn't going to be a super big drag truck anyways. I'm only looking maybe at some point in time getting around the 500 horse mark, but that's way down the road and I'm not too terribly worried about that right now. But yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. My next big thing will be the firewall. So I got all my paint except for the actual little single stage. So I have to go pick that up tomorrow, take tomorrow off so that way I actually have a day of rest. Go pick that up tomorrow, drop that off, and then I'll wait till the next thing before I paint this. So yeah, once I get this painted, I'm gonna probably let it cure for a few days because it's not exactly warm here in Wisconsin. So we'll let that cure, get everything ready, and then probably need a couple set of hands to get this thing in there. And while I'm waiting for that, I can sit there and putz with other stuff. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. This isn't really like too much of an update, but I'll keep going with this video. The next thing you'll see me doing is, or see me done with, is I'll do the firewall. So I'll catch up with you guys then, and we'll get this firewall painted and get this engine and trans in, and we'll be scooting right along. So I'll see you guys then. Hey, what's up, YouTube? Just get a little update out there. Not really sure what I've recorded, what I haven't recorded, because I'm really bad at this. I'm trying to get better. But yeah, I've gone through, sanded everything, got everything more or less ready to go. I still have some rattle can primer on there to get rid of. So, and then I want to get rid of all that rattle can primer because I don't want it to affect my good primer. I bought professional stuff. I bought all Omni paint and primer. I did buy a single stage because I'm not sure exactly is the direction I'm going to go with this truck. I did get like the epoxy primer, all that kind of stuff, to DTM stuff. So once I get all this filled and whatnot, because in my experiences, the best way to use filler is directly to metal, and you want some good tooth there, and you want that mechanical adhesion from the prime or the filler and the metal. Same with like your primers and whatnot, your DTMs. So you really want that aggressive biting to get it in there. So I got mostly everything all knocked down, ready to go. I'm still gonna have to go over this again because I hit this with 60 grit on a DA. So that's a little aggressive. I mean, it's not aggressive for what I'm gonna be using for the filler. So I'm gonna go through, do all my filler, my spots that I actually care about. I will do some filler work on the front of the firewall. It's not gonna be anything crazy. I'm not trying to go like street rod and hot rod and have it be a flush firewall. Like I'm gonna leave all these indents. Obviously, I'm not gonna fill those with filler because that's like borderline as thick as you want it anyways. Like as thick as you're gonna want filler is like an 1/8 inch, and in my personal opinion, I think that's still too thick. But typically, like that's like your max you're gonna ever want filler. So we'll go through, we'll do a skim coat of filler on the firewall in the locations that I want to look nice, because at the end of the day, it's just a firewall. It's going to be ripply and all wavy, so I'm not too terribly worried about it. But the main thing is going to be like basically like places people are going to see, or I'm going to see. So the door entrance where I did a little bit of welding and filling. If you want to see what I had to do there, you could just go check my other videos. It was just like some spot rust. I mean, didn't have to replace the whole rocker like I did on this side. But yeah, this will be the big problem, Chad, is I'll have to do a whole skim coat of filler on this entire section right here, just because that was a little bit of a bear to get all that into like where it looked nice, because I had to, because that I don't know what dye they used for that side, but like it seemed a little bit too short, so I had to cut it, spread it apart, fill it, all that kind of jazz. So I'll definitely do filler right there, filler, firewall, and then I have a few pinholes right there that I have to take care of. That's why I busted the welder back out, so I have to take care of that because that's some porosity and stuff that I'll have to get rid of. I did strip the cab down again, so then that way I don't really have to worry about overspray. So, I mean, I'll probably still tape up them holes for the steering shaft and brake booster and whatnot. Then I'll probably half-ass cover this in plastic just so it doesn't look like crap. But overspray on the rest of it, I'm not too terribly worried about. But yeah, so we'll jump in and we'll get welding and fixing this little area right here, and then we'll start the filler work, especially since it'll get a little bit warmer in here. So yeah, let's jump into that, get that done, and then we'll move on to filler. What's up, YouTube? A little bit of dirt on there. Well, filler. Alright, so here's where I'm at. Absolute mess, you know. That's where all the filler goes. Like if it's done correctly. Like you should be putting a ton, icing a ton on there, and then you should literally be like very little left over. Like this is obviously still just like the first coat, and I'm hitting it with some pretty heavy grit, some 60 grit just to knock it down real heavy, and then I'll go over it again, and then I'll probably hit it again with like the 60, and then that'll just be like a rough hit, and then after that I'll probably do my 120 to really fine tune it in, get rid of those 60 grit scratches, and then that way it's ready for primer. Because I'll probably do one more skim coat of the filler on all these spots, just to do another coat, maybe get like, I do have one big hole like right there from like air bubble or whatever, so I didn't mix that well on that one, but it is what it is. I don't seem to have any air bubbles anywhere else, or pinholes really. So I'll go over this with another coat of just the filler, and then I'll come back after the filler, after the 120, and then I'll do the glazing putty. So then I'll do the glazing putty. After glazing putty, then I'm ready to prime. So that's where I'm at. I'll hit you guys up once I'm done with my second coat and grinding that, or sanding that. I'm not grinding, sanding that, and then I'll do the glazing putty, and then we'll get this thing in some primer, and hopefully some paint maybe in the next few days. That'd be pretty nice, because it seems like I can get this place with the heater right there. I can get it warm enough, like to where like I feel comfortable to throw some product on there and not feel like I'm, you know, pissing away $300 worth of product, or I should say paint. But yeah, so we'll just keep hammering away at it, and I'll keep filling you guys in, because this is some dirty stuff, so I'm obviously really not going to be filming too much of it. So I'll see you guys in a minute. All right, it's cool. As I'm pretty happy with the way it's come out. So hit her with the glazing putty. On all my spots. So, and obviously most of that's going to get sand off as well. That's just going to be for those slight imperfections in like the what you call it, the filler. Like it's going to be like small pinholes, like the deeper sanding scratches that I have on it from when I hit it with the 80 grit and the 60 grit. So that should be good. I'm gonna let this cure. I'm gonna pick up the correct paper, the 120, so I can knock all this down. And I also need to pick up some red Scotch-Brite, so then that way I can knock the rest of this all down, because I'm not sure how I'm gonna do all my tape edges and all that kind of stuff, because obviously I'm gonna have to blend it in a certain amount for everything. I mean, right here I can probably just go across and call that good, and then just paint all this. But like right here, I might have to go maybe somewhere in here to freaking blend that in or feather it in. So, but I mean, I'm not worried about that right now. That's a tomorrow me problem, or a couple days from now me problem. So, but yeah, this is where I'm at, and this is where I'm gonna call it a day. So I'm not sure if this will be the end of this video, or if we'll keep going on it. We'll see how it goes, because it might be a few more days till I can get some stuff, because you know, Christmas is right around the corner. So that all ties into that. So I might not be out here for a few days. So it might be, you know, 3 or 4 days before I get back out here, and maybe 2, something like that. I'll figure it out. But yeah, so the next things will be, you know, sanding that down, getting it primed, all that kind of jazz. So that should be pretty exciting. But I still need to figure out a water oil separator thing for the gun, and to crank the pressure down. So we'll get all that set up. Away it goes. I mean, I'm not painting the whole truck. I'm just painting little pieces of it, so I shouldn't get too crazy with it. You know, I am gonna have to figure out how to do like a makeshift booth somewhere in here somehow. So, because I'm not gonna get overspray. I mean, yeah, I have everything covered. My dad's truck's not covered yet, but I'll probably cover that just in case. But then I'll probably make a booth in here just for this over here, and then maybe figure out a vent for that door. Maybe crack that door open and put that fan in it. I'm not sure. We'll have to figure it out, and then I'll have to cover all this crap too. So, but now I'm rambling. We'll get into that in the next video or this video. We'll see. If this is the end of the video, I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, peace out. If not, I'll see you in a second. But either way, peace out. Yeah, nothing like starting your day with it being nice and sunny out, and now we're getting more snow again. I mean, it's about time we get snow. I mean, it's only freaking Wisconsin. We might actually have like a semi-real winter this winter, but we'll see. But either way, I'll see you guys in the next one. And until then, peace out and stay warmer than I am.